Hello guys, Hypers here, and welcome back to another PokeMMO video. In this video, I'm going to be going over all of the free Unova shiny hunts that you can do without any leopards or lures. This video is perfect if you're just getting started with the game and don't want to spend money on leopards. I would also like to thank Catlicker for suggesting this video in the comments. If you have any ideas for any videos that you would like to see me cover, comment them down below and I might just do them. This video is also going to be a bit of a long one. If you would like to see the specific shinies that I mentioned within this video, all of them will be in the description so you can skip to all the shinies that you want. With that being said though, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you do enjoy these type of videos, and I wish you luck with the shiny hunts that you do. The first location I would like to mention is the 100% 5x hold Frillish spot. This spot is just outside of the Driftblim Poke Center and it is a 5x Jellicent horde. Jellicent is a really bulky Pokemon used quite often in OU teams. This spot comes with the male and female version of Frillish, so you'll be able to get both of them from this spot and both look completely different. The next spot is just outside of Mastrolton City, right inside the door of Chardstone Cave. This spot here is a 50-50 split between Ferroseed and Klink. Klink itself isn't a very useful Pokemon, although the shiny is pretty cool. Although Ferrothorn is a really useful Pokemon in the top 15 of OU battles. So if you're into OU battling, this is a perfect Pokemon to go for as it is useful and it does look awesome. Next location is just outside of the Poke Center in Icarus City. This is probably the freest location you can get in Unova, and it is for the Pokemon Shelmet. Not only is Shelmet a really cool shiny, but it also evolves into a Solrock, which has the ability Sticky Hold. Sticky Hold makes going for fishing shinies or just fishing for Pokemon much easier, as the ability makes it so you catch fish much faster. A Solrock also has a 100 base special attack stat and a 145 base speed stat. So any raids in the future that require a bug type Pokemon, a Solrock is a really good pick for it. So having a shiny one is just even better. So due to a Solrock's ability and its usefulness in PvE, I really recommend you go and grab this one, especially because of how cool the shiny is and how easy it is to get it. While in Icarus City, there is also a 100% 5x Stunfisk horde. This is right outside of the Poke Center, just like Shelmet, although Stunfisk as a Pokemon isn't as useful and honestly the shiny isn't as cool. Although it is here right next to the Shelmet spot and it is 100%, so if you like Stunfisk, you can go here. This next spot is on Route 18. For people who don't know how to get to this route, there is a time lapse in the background with a sped up version of how to get there. This next spot is just outside the house on Route 18. Outside the grass to the right of the house, there is a three-way split 5x horde for Sawk, Throh, and Scraggy. Sawk and Throh are kind of useless Pokemon, although their shinies are kind of cool, but Scraggy is a sick shiny that has the ability Moxie. What makes this a free hunt is if you go inside of the building and talk to the girl with the blue hair, she will heal your Pokemon, allowing you to get more PP on your sweet set. This means you do not have to go back to the Poke Center every time, making this one of the best free shunts in the game. Not only is it one of the fastest free hunts in the game, but once it turns nighttime, the three-way split horde becomes a 100% 5x Scraggy horde. This makes this route one of the best in the game because it got rid of all of the bad shinies and left a good shiny behind for a quick free 100% 5x horde of Scraggy. The next shiny location is right outside of Lacunosa town. At the start of Route 13, you can horde in this grass here, and there is a 50-50 horde with Lunatone and Driftblim. Driftblim is a really sick shiny. It's one of my favorites in the game. Obviously, the downside of this Pokemon is the fact that it is 50-50 split with probably the worst shiny in the game. Although personally, I think Driftblim is a shiny worth going for, even with the awful 50-50 split. This horde is only available at nighttime, which is 9 PM to 4 AM in game. So you only really have a 2 to 3 hour window to go for this shiny at a time, making it a difficult hunt as it is. Although, like I said previously, the shiny is so good, I still think it's worth it. Shiny Driftblim has the 4 moves Amnesia, Baton Pass, Destiny Bond, and Self-Destruct. This makes it really hard to catch due to the fact that you need to use a damp Pokemon to make sure it doesn't explode, while also trying to avoid the Destiny Bond that will kill your damp Pokemon if you accidentally kill the wrong Driftblim. To get past this, I recommend you use an Imprison, Self-Destruct, and Destiny Bond mon. This will stop any of the Driftblims from trying to kill itself or killing you with Destiny Bond, and it will make it really easy to catch. Although, without a Pokemon with Imprison, Self-Destruct and Destiny Bond, I do not recommend you go for Driftblim, as the chance of you failing the shiny without this Pokemon is really high. While on Route 13, there is also a 50-50 Swellow Solrock horde during the day. Unlike Driftblim, Swellow does not have any moves that can kill itself or you, so you do not need anything to go for this hunt, but it is still 50-50 with Solrock. That is also a really bad shiny. All in all, I still think these two shinies are worth going for even with the terrible splits, and it is a free shunt that you can do without Leopards, so I still think you should go for it if you enjoy these shinies. This next spot is just inside the cave at the bottom of Victory Road. The Pokemon here are Deino and Durant. Some people don't consider this a free hunt, although compared to all the other hunts on this list, the time difference is really not that different. Although every time you have to heal, you do need to teleport to the bottom of Victory Road, so depending how fast you can do that will depend on how many encounters you get an hour. Although once you want to start hunting, you just teleport to the bottom of Victory Road, walk into the cave and Sweet Scent. Then when you run out of Sweet Scents, you just walk out of the cave and teleport back to the PC. In turn, it probably only loses you about 5 to 6 seconds per Sweet Scent, which in my opinion is definitely worth hunting, especially because Deino is such a cool shiny. While we're on the topic of teleport spots, this one also requires you to have a teleport HM or Ocarina. You also need to go and unlock Abundant Shrine, which basically just means you have to surf up some waterfalls and eventually you'll be able to teleport that on your map. There is a 50-50 5x horde for Bronzong and Stantler. Stantler is a good Frisk Thiefmon if you do get that shiny, and Bronzong is a very cool green mon that can also be used as a Trick Room mon in PvP. Both shinies I think are very cool, and it takes the same amount of time as the Deino spot. This next spot is also in the Abundant Shrine. Instead of going in the normal grass, you keep going up and there is a patch of dark grass. In this grass there is Vulpix and Stantler. This spot isn't as good as the Bronzong spot because you either need to avoid the grass entirely or risk getting an encounter while going up to the dark grass. Although if you're wanting Vulpix and you don't mind this little hassle, this spot is a good free 5x horde for Vulpix. This next spot is quite a popular one. If you go up to Route 10 from Opelucid, there is a 100% Bouffalant horde. This Pokemon is quite niche and it's not really used for much, although the shiny is really good and I'll definitely see why people would hunt for this. This next spot is one of those hordes that I wouldn't consider free, although I have heard of people who have hunted this Pokemon for free, and I personally think it's one of the best shinies in Unova, so if you wanted to hunt this free, I definitely think it's worth it. Although in Route 4, there is a 3x 100% horde for Darumaka. This shiny is really cool, and it is also very useful in all of the event raids so far, being a very good type for either fighting or fire raids. In any of the raids that are weak to fighting, this Pokemon is a guaranteed max damage cap, so having one shiny is really useful if you wanted to use it in the raid fights. Although the travel to get here is one of the longest in the video, and it is a 3x horde, so only hunt this one if it is one of your favorite Pokemon, otherwise I would wait until you have Leopards. This spot I feel is not very known in the community. Outside this house on Route 6 there is a 3x horde for Karrablast and Deerling. Most people don't consider this a free hunt, although they don't know that inside the house you can talk to one of the NPCs that will heal up your Pokemon, making it one of the fastest free hunts in the game for two awesome Pokemon. The next spot is to the left of Opelucid in Route 9. It is a 100% 5x horde for Duosion. This spot is mostly used for EV training, although it's definitely close enough to a Pokecenter where you can free hunt it, and in my opinion the shiny is very cool and worth hunting for. This next spot is at the top of Victory Road. This is also a bit of a journey, although once you get used to it you can do it quite quickly to make it a free hunt. At the bottom of the mountain in the sand there is a 100% 5x horde for Heatmor. Heatmor is a very useless Pokemon. The shiny is one of the better ones in Unova in my opinion, so it's definitely worth hunting for. Heatmor also has the held item Flame Orb, so if you bring a Frisk Thiefmon with you, you can also make money while you free hunt this Pokemon. This next spot is to the right of Straighten City inside of the Dream Yard. Once you strength this rock, you go south and you go into the dark grass to the south of Dream Yard. In this patch there is a 100% 5 times horde for Liepard. Liepard doesn't have much use to it, although the shiny is a really clean red cat, so I do think this shiny is definitely worth hunting for. This next spot has 2 Pokemon in it. Outside of the Undella Town Poke Center, there is a 5 times horde for Mantine. This horde is directly outside of the Poke Center, so it's one of the freest hunts in Unova. Although if you bike to the right into the Undella Bay, there is a 5 times horde for Pelipper. Both of these hunts are really quick and easy to get to, and they both have some sick shinies. This next spot is just outside of the Icarus City Poke Center. Going above the Poke Center towards Dragon Spiral, there is a patch of grass that has a 100% 5 times horde for Mienfoo. This is a sick shiny that also is a good fighting type for any raid battles, and as it's so close to the Poke Center, if you like this shiny, I definitely recommend you go for it. During the winter, there is also a 5 times horde for Vanilluxe here. As I'm recording this in spring, I can't get footage of this horde, although in winter there will be a slope of snow that you can go up to the dark grass where you can hoard for Vanilluxe. Both of these are 6 shinies and both of them are free shiny hunts. For the final spot, this wouldn't be a free Unova spot without the famous Rapidash spot. This is used a lot for leveling, as most people would know, although the shiny Rapidash is a sick shiny, so I had to put it in this video. What some people don't know though, if you go up from the Rapidash spot, there is a patch of dark grass. This has a 100% 5 times horde for Tranquil. Now this isn't everyone's favourite shiny, not many people have this shiny, and in my opinion the Unpheasant shinies aren't even that bad. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope some of these spots interest you. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas for any future videos, make sure to comment them down below. With that being said though, I hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye.